Hey y'all, it's your girl Rose. I'm actually in a different setup right now, so bear with me. I'm filming in my living room currently, primarily just for a different setting and to see if I like it. So, welcome. But I am at home, and I figured since I have time that I should make a YouTube video. One, I want to thank everyone who has been subscribed to my channel, who has recently subscribed to my channel, who has shared with their friends and their families my channel. Thank you. We reached a major goal of 1,000 subscribers, and we actually currently have over 1,000 subscribers right now. So thank you for subscribing to my channel. I'm glad you're here, and I feel like I have so much life things to update you on and so much experience now to share with you since I've been gone for a hot minute. So yeah, I don't want this video to be too long, but we're gonna get into it. I did a poll, I think last week or the week before last, and I asked what you guys wanted an update on. And from the votes, most of you guys wanted an update on law school. So with the COVID-19 upon us and being in school right now, as it may be in every state, or at least in my state, in your state, physical classes have been canceled, and at least for my law school, we are starting virtual classes on the 23rd of March. So for me, my current class schedule includes secure transaction, trial advocacy, medical legal partnership clinic, which is a clinic where we represent families. I'll just pause there. And then I have constitutional law. So what that means, at least I know for sure from my secure transaction class, my professor is recording the lessons and then she will grant us access to them. So that class met at 8 a.m. Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays we had the class at 8 a.m. So instead of going live at 8 a.m., our professor is pre-recording her classes, and then she'll give us access to the class, and we will have access to view them at our convenience. However, she does highly recommend us trying to keep the 8 a.m. schedule and forming some type of virtual study group with between 2 to 6 students to process the information, and in which she might also give us like questions to respond to. So that's what secure transactions will look like. It's a 50-minute course. She said our lessons will be between 40 and 50 minutes of her teaching. And then, of course, we can ask questions by email, and in emergency cases, we can contact her by phone. So that's how my secure transaction class is going to function. As far as my other 3 classes, I haven't gotten word on them yet. But I'm assuming for constitutional law, it may be similar where the professor records the lessons and then gives us access at our convenience. However, some of my law school friends actually will have live class navigated through the Zoom platform or the Blue Jeans platform. And so I guess I can update y'all on how that's going for them when I talk to them about it. But it is my hope that we will have access to recorded lectures and not have to appear live for lectures, primarily because there's a lot of people in our law school classes, and I could just foresee a lot of distractions happening with trying to have so many people on the screen at one time. So I'm grateful that my secure transactions professor is not doing live instruction, but doing pre-recorded instruction and granting us access to them. I think that will be beneficial as far as learning, and at least for me, give me the opportunity to rewatch them as many times as I need to understand the content. So that's law school for right now. Again, I don't know what my other professors are planning. I'm sure we'll get an email today, tomorrow, or Friday with the information, since classes are supposed to go live virtually Monday. So that's where we're at. Sadly, the current 3.0 class's graduation has been postponed, which is a bummer because They worked hard for these 3 years, and I'm hoping it just doesn't get canceled. I'm hoping it's just postponed so that way they can still have their celebration. And I'm praying that their bar exam doesn't get canceled this year, because I know, again, they're ready to work. They're ready to be out there. They're ready to take the bar and practice. So essentially with law school, there's just a lot of things up in the air. But as far as my law school, we are pressing forward with virtual classes. I'm not sure what finals will look like. I'm not sure what grading will look like. There have been a couple of people wondering if our school would do like pass fail or what, but we don't know. We haven't been given instructions on that, so I can't really tell you guys about that. Now, as far as organizations and clubs, so as y'all know, I was the vice president of the Black Law Students Association, and I was also the professional liaison for the Association of Women Attorneys this year. Next year, as it stands now, I will be the president of the Black Law Students Association, and I will just be a regular member of the Association for the Women Attorneys. Primarily, I had to kind of pick and choose, primarily because I also made the moot court board, and I want to apply for an executive position and be interviewed for an executive position on the moot court board. But even if I didn't get an executive position on the moot court board, I would still be involved with moot court, and that will be another thing added to my load that I didn't have this year. And so I just wanted to be mindful of trying to take on too many positions and too many roles. So I'll move forward with an executive position with the Black Law Students Association, and then I'll be an active member of the Association for Women Attorneys, and on the moot court board next year. So right now with our moot court board, we have a first year competition that happens at most law schools, where first year law students are allowed to participate in a moot court competition. And we actually started physical competition prior to our school suspending in-person classes. And so we have continued the competition virtually using Zoom. And I'll say that has actually been going really well. It's interesting. It's a platform. So, you know, you might have lag, or you might have where you have to tell someone to speak up. But for the most part, it's been working well. And I think our leadership, our current board, has done a great job of just getting that up and running and kind of encouraging us to press forward with that. I think the participants have appreciated it, because at this point, their graded oral argument round for their legal methods class will likely be on Zoom and likely be virtual. So they have been having the opportunity to kind of test it out with us, where it's not graded, where it's just a competition. And it still allows them to get that experience and get valuable feedback. And from what I understand, even continuing on to the final round, we'll actually have actual judges on the online platform to actually judge the round. And so I think it's just cool to see how technology is working for our benefit, as far as continuing with moot court. And I think in general, for elections and organizations, most of those elections are, well, all of them will have to take place in some type of online format, whether that's people submitting videos to express interest, but voting will likely just happen through an online platform, which for us is Tiger Zone. So that's what law school is looking like for me, as far as classes and as far as organization involvement. It's just interesting times, guys. I don't know what else to say. It's just very interesting. I don't know how confident I feel about having online classes, as far as the material that I've been learning in person classes. And so I think it'll be very interesting. I think for me, I'm just trying to make sure I stay motivated, make sure I'm studying, make sure I email my questions when I have them. Because again, we don't know what our final is going to look like. Our final is likely going to be on some type of online platform. Hopefully open book, but still, you just don't know. And so, yeah, that's why I'm at with law school. So my law school, we actually had this whole week off as like an extended spring break. Another spring break, because we had spring break from the 2nd, starting on the 2nd. And so we had spring break starting on the 2nd. So they gave us this week off. It's currently Wednesday. They gave us this week off, and then we'll start the virtual classes on Monday the 23rd, which I think just essentially gives the professors time to do exactly like my secure transactions professor is doing, and either record lessons or get used to virtual lessons, because it is a big adjustment for them as well. And so I think for me, I just want to be mindful of that as well, and just being patient with the process, and also knowing that like everybody right now is adjusting. Everybody right now is making choices that will keep them safe and keep others safe. And so with that being said, I have to say it because I feel like it would be socially irresponsible. If you are a millennial, if you are young, if you are able to stay home from work, if you are able to socially distance yourself, please do so as much as possible. I get it. I get people are tired of being in the house. I get people want to go to bars for St. Patrick's Day, whatever the case may be. But literally, you are putting people at risk. And so at the end of this law school update, I just have to give a plug for us to be mindful of the people we're putting at risk, and mindful that we really don't know much about this virus, and right now there is no vaccine. Right now there is no cure. And while young people like myself are able to contract the virus and immediately get better, or get better within a 2-week span, there are older people who have compromised immune systems, who are losing their life to this virus. And so please, if you have the ability to stay out of public populated places, do so. Live responsibly. But y'all are gonna get more videos from me because I'm at home a lot, and I want to show y'all more about this virtual law school life. And I will see you guys next time. Peace. Practice social distance. You know, do some in-home workouts. Don't eat all of your, COVID-19 snacks. Don't eat them all in one day like I did. We got to work out. We got to stay healthy. And part of staying healthy is practicing social distance. So until next time, y'all.